Hello there.
What's up, guys? Today I will be blessing you guys with a story time. I feel like all I ever do is story time now. But this time around, it's a little different because it is a sad boy story time. I f***ed up a potential relationship not too long ago, and what better to do than to tell it to the internet to be forever immortal. This isn't gonna be like a fun story for me to tell, but I feel like there were lessons that we can all learn from it, so at the very least it'll be entertaining, so like there's the value. Real quick, I really want to grow this channel. Like I really want it to start building up, and I need people to subscribe. So instead of asking for subscribers, we're going to battle for them. Rock, paper, scissors. I'm going to be challenging you. If you lose, you will subscribe. That is just how it goes. I'm betting on your integrity here. So here we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. You just potentially lost to a pre-recorded move. If so, please go down and like and subscribe the video. All right, let's get into it.
Hey, Joe, let me know what's up.
I think the best way to go about this story is to frame the potential relationship first, and then we'll just dive into where I the best. Somehow, some way, this girl and I follow each other on Instagram. I don't know if we met on like an app or I really don't know, but we follow each other. I don't know why or like what made that so, but we do. I want to lay some foundation here so that we know what we're working with. Number one, she's gorgeous, right? Beautiful, super beautiful girl, amazing body, pretty hair, pretty eyes. She got the little white nails and toes. That's hot. Girl looks good, right? Like, girl looks good. Two, she's really intelligent. So a lot of our conversation leading up to this point was like more about her story posts. So she would post something and we would have like a little dialogue about it, and like it was usually like important stuff. I loved how well thought her responses were, like how well spoken she was, her career path. She's literally like 1-to-1 on like beauty and intellect. So I'm in love, and it's the real thing. She ends up posting something and I'm like, I gotta shoot my shot. And full disclosure here, my DM game is weak. I don't know how to, I'm not like him in the DMs. I don't know how to spit in DMs. I'm fine in person. I can flirt all day in person. I can talk all day in person. Whatever. DMs, not my domain. Like I'm not fine. But I said, fuck that. So I pull up, I shoot a mean ass buzzer beater fade away 3 in this girl's DMs, and it's nothing but net, baby. She's feeling the kid. I ask her out on a date. She's with it. I'm lit like Nick. You know what I'm saying? We live, baby. But like around the time she's really busy, I'm really busy. So we set the date like damn near a month out, like 20 days out, which was fine to me because I'm like, you know, we get some time to get to know each other. It's cool, whatever. I'm happy, you know? So like fast forward to maybe like 5 days before the scheduled date, and we start calling each other, and it's like high school. I'm on the phone till like 4 a.m. talking to this chick. My big ass I'm on my bed, feet swinging. I'm on top of the fridge, cheesing and shit. Like,
oh yes, daddy.
It's great, right? I'm in love, it's real. Finally, like 2 days before the date, we're on the phone. Like we called each other in the morning. We were just talking. One of my friends hits me up, and her job gave her some tickets to the Atlanta United game. Really spontaneous. I was like, hey, you know, if you're not busy, do you want to go? You know, I just got 2 free tickets. Do you want to go to this game? She agrees. We're lit. For the sake of time, I'm not going to go too into that spontaneous date. Basically, we didn't go to the game. I couldn't find parking. So we ended up, you know, just spending the day kicking it, grab drinks, super cool. Everything was going really well because a lot of the chemistry that we had, texting and talking on the phone before, translated like seamlessly when we actually met in person. So that was a really good sign, right? Date day arrives, and you know your boy can't wait to get out of work. I'm in meetings smiling like a bitch. We live. Life is good. You know what I mean? Like, fast forward again. It's time to leave. I'm looking good, smelling good. I grab a couple condoms because you never know how it's gonna go. Be safe out here, people. And I pull up to her place and pick her up for dinner. She's looking good. She's smelling good. Everything's perfect. We get to the restaurant. We grab our food. Food's good. Perfect. And this is how you know your boy was excited, because we're literally in the restaurant, booed up as f. We're sitting on the same side of the table. We're holding hands, laughing, smiling, kissing and shit. And quick side note, I'm not big on PDA in certain places, like restaurants especially, like people trying to eat their food and like we're not there to see y'all kiss each other with macaroni and in your mouth. I paid for the meal. We get up and we're heading back to the car and everything falls apart. We step outside and I reach to like put my wallet back in my pocket and the condoms fall out of my pocket onto the ground. And at this point, right, like I had such a good time, I forgot I even brought them. So when they hit the ground, I was like, I think the first thing I said was like, damn, are just leaving condoms on the ground or something. And then I realized they were my condoms. So panic ensues, naturally. And it's extra bad because I already said something that like insinuates that they weren't mine. And she's like, she's not dumb enough to go for that. I mean, she knows they're mine. So now I look like, now I'm a liar. I wasn't trying to do that, but. And I like, when I said that, I did not remember I had them. For real, I didn't. But it doesn't help my case. Head ass move number 2. I don't have time to process everything that's going on, right? Everything's kind of just like snapping on me right now. So I get her back to the car and I'm like, I need to make space. This is really awkward now. Because and clearly she wasn't like happy to see that. So I'm pretty sure her first response was like, what the f? So I was like, I need to make space, right? I need to give myself at least like 10 seconds of just buffer time, figure out what's going on so I can move forward in some way, shape, or form. But the only place I can go to make space from her that we just got back to my car. So the only place I can go is back to the restaurant, which was a terrible idea because then it looks like I went back to go pick up the damn condoms.
You're a f***ing idiot.
So I was walking back to the thing. Obviously I walk over the condoms and I'm like, fuck. So I like picked them up, threw them away. I didn't even want to see them anymore because I was like, like, what am I going to do with these now? I just tossed them so they weren't just sitting outside the restaurant. Walked into the restaurant, took a deep breath, and then came back out and got in the car. Quick side note, what kind of fucked up Inception movie physics is this that they don't fall out of my pocket when I'm pulling my wallet out at the table, but they can just f***ing rock climb, hang onto my damn clothes until we get outside, and then when I put my wallet back in my pocket, that's when they just want to drop out all dramatic and shit on me. Like I didn't think about that. I was like, man, this shit better be some greater lesson I needed to learn or something, because like what the so I make my way back to the car. So this is kind of the part of the story where things get pretty sad, because I get back into the car and I can just see, just like from her body language, and like you can just feel it in the vehicle that like everything that we had like established up to, at least to this point, is kind of like withering away. You can just tell that she's like unhappy, uncomfortable, and like just wants to go home. During the drive, like I would be like, oh, you know, are you okay? Is everything okay? Knowing it wasn't. And I would get like these really dry, almost careful like nods and like, yeah, almost as if she was trying not to say anything or do anything that would like piss me off so that she could get home like safe. And yeah, that one really hurt. You just don't want to be that guy. That like the girl is like fearful for her safety now. The situation was definitely at a point where it's like she's like not the girl that I was developing these feelings for anymore, and I wasn't the guy that she could trust anymore. So that was tough. We make it back to her place. She turns to me and gives me a very reluctant thank you for the dinner. Opens the door, walks away. She doesn't turn around once. I'm like calling out to her like it's like The Notebook or some shit, like trying to get her to talk to me. I don't know why I said The Notebook. I don't know. I've never seen the movie, but I feel like there's got to be at least like one scene. It seems like the type of movie. There's got to be one scene where he's like calling out to homegirl. I don't know. I'm probably wrong. You guys get the picture. But yeah, that was the end of the night. Tried to reach out to her a couple times. Obviously, she just blocked. I mean, not blocked, but like hung up all the calls the minute they were coming through. She did not want to speak. Understandably. And I went home, did not sleep well that night. It's pretty much like all I could think about was that situation for a good little while. I'll give you guys a little wrap up though. We did end up speaking. She called me a few days later, after I sent her a very long and annoying text message about the whole thing. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't weighing on me pretty heavily, so I had to kind of get that off my chest, get it off my mind. So she calls me. Was not a fun conversation, but this is a good time where we can transition to like the next point. What can we learn from this entire interaction? And guys, I'm really speaking to y'all. I mean, not that I don't think that women can't learn from this or like it can't apply to women, but I think it's a lot more prevalent in how we interact with women and our game, you know? Number one, paying attention to and respecting set boundaries. I'd be lying if I said I was oblivious to her stance on sex outside of a committed relationship. She was very upfront and explicit about, you know, her relationship with men and how they're constantly seeking sex from her, and we had plenty of conversations about like what it means to her in great detail, and I still dropped the ball on that. I mean, she basically like handed me fine print, like, do not try to f me. And I looked at that and I was like, condom? But I will say this, my intentions with the condoms were not conducive of the perception of the action, which leads into my next point. The road to hell is paved with good intention. My honest mindset with the condoms was that if anything were to happen, I at least wanted to be safe about it. I'm very big on like, I do not want to get an STD, and the last thing I'm trying to do is have a kid before I'm ready. I just wanted to bring them in case anything happened. At least we can be safe about it, right? And the only reason they were really on my person too was because it's the fucking Sahara in Atlanta, and I was like, if I leave them in my glove box, they're gonna get fucked up anyway, so what was the point of bringing them? So I just kept them on me and forgot about them. I was genuinely excited to spend the time with her, and me bringing the condoms, at least to me, was just checking off all the boxes, but not my intention for the night at all. But the reason that I say, you know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, because that doesn't necessarily excuse the action, right? Because all things considered, if I took her stance seriously, then they would have never made the trip. It doesn't make the decision right just because my intentions were good. I'm sure Hitler thought he was doing the right thing, but we see that's not the case. It was a lapse in judgment on my end, and it had hefty repercussions, but I can see why, and I mean, at the end of the day, I think I was wrong, you know? I'm gonna see in post. I think this is maybe a long one. Maybe I'll try to clip some stuff up and make it not like a crazy long story, but if you guys stuck around, watch the whole thing, I really appreciate it. Please like, comment. If you lost that rock, paper, scissors, please subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. All that. I'd love to start building a community on here where we can talk about, you know, some of the things mentioned in videos, so if you'd like to be a part of that, please stay tuned. Also, I want to have a little bit more interaction in my comment section, so if you resonated with any of the lessons said today, or if you feel some type of way about something I said, or if whatever your outlook is on it, please share it down below. I'd love to have that conversation with you. Tell me about a situation that you had that may have been similar, or if it would help, if knowing these things would have helped you at all in a previous situation. I like talking about this stuff, so doors open. Thank you again for watching and supporting. Sharing stuff like this is far from my strong suit. I really don't like opening up like that. But I feel like if I want people to connect with me at all on this channel, it's something I'm gonna have to do. And I think the things that I'll learn from it could be valuable to other people, so at least in that, it's worth sharing. Next video, I can go ahead and tell you right now, it's gonna be on rejection. Not linked to this story at all, really. It was something I'd planned on doing before this even came up, but I've just been seeing a lot of y'all guys doing some weirdo shit when you get rejected, and I think we need to talk about that. Ladies, you're not excluded from this. Some of y'all are on some other shit too, so stick around, we're gonna talk about it. Thanks.
Let me know, sir.